This part is one of my favorites. Finally, I got a chance to show demo, to show what we have built for the past 2 months. Well, I think you guys are very familiar with this kind of scenario that you build a project and you add some new features, then you add some new features. Something wrong, you just go back and you retry, and hopefully things will be fixed. And you keep retry again. I think you guys are very familiar with this button, right? You can see it in the ChatGPT website, right? When you try it again and again, you pretty much get the same error. That's because you didn't really manage all of your failed states. So before the retry, you didn't really query, is this retry, is this attempt has been done before? And you do know it didn't work. And here is another serious example. AI removed your database entirely, completely. That's kind of scary. Let's say you want to build a CRM system, right? It's not that hard if you are using coding agent tools. You add some new features, you put some data within your database, and something wrong, you just roll back your code, just like you use Cursor or Cloud Code or any of other coding agent tools. And then AI get confused. It will try to fix it. You know what? Agents will remove your database. That's because you roll back your code to the previous version, but your data is still fresh. So your code is in the past state, and your data is in the future state. From agent perspective, that's super scary. What if we can, manage the code version and the data version at the same time? Just, think about it. Those are two different examples, but the demand is the same. Instead of just managing your code, you need to manage your code and your data at the same time. Well, that's because today's paradigm, we do one thing at a time. We do sequentially exploring things, and then we send a prompt, we get results, try again. Linearly, this kind of paradigm, you're going to find the local optimal results, and you only version your data, you only version your source code. But for tomorrow, it's going to happen quickly. I believe next year, it will be very common. You are going to explore multiple possibilities in parallel. You are going to explore multiple options in parallel. And since you are going to explore so many different options, you need AI to do it for you automatically. And as you can see, since you have explored so many different options with many different branches, you will have a big picture. You will have a full picture. What you have tried, what works, what doesn't work, right? And you are going to get a high chance to find the global optimal result. And with this paradigm, you need to version your code and your data, your context, your memory, your chatting histories, your agent's action histories, your session variables. You need to make sure that you can always have a consistent state because you versioned everything. Well, the most exciting parts. Let's take a look at an example. So today we want to build a landing page for SCaiLE 2025. I'm not a pro, so I just give very basic information. Hey, we want to build landing pages for SCaiLE 2025, and those are very basic information. And I have no idea if the web page is good enough. Do I need to write a spec? Do I need to configuration on what kind of color? I just let AI to help me to do concurrent exploration. I'm a backend engineer, so AI here is going to find 8 different types of web pages that it generated, and based on that, it will find the top 4 results, and then based on those top 4 results, continuously explore the next layer, try to find something better. As you can see, AI is trying to make it more interactive and add an animation there based on the previous layer, and AI can do that continuously, automatically. It can keep exploring to the next layer and next layer, and you can actually preview different results and comparing them to find the difference, what has been improved. And of course, we can have human in the loop. If you need some specific requirements, you can send a prompt to agents, and agents is going to do parallel exploration again. And after you have so many different explorations, you are going to find which one is the best. You're not going to do it by yourself, right? I'm a lazy guy, so I ask AI to find one for me, which one is the best. And as you can see, AI find this one from all of those generated pages. This page is super cool. And as you can see, you don't need to be a pro, right? You don't need to know what kind of style is the best, right? But if we put all of those results in front of you, you just know it. Hey, this is the one I want, right? That's how parallel exploration will help you to improve the success rate. And it will help you to speed up the exploration process a lot. Oh, next slide, please. If we try to map all of those generated pages into a box or multiple boxes, we will have so many boxes. That's what we call states. With such amount of states, it's very challenging for your data infrastructure to manage them. And as you can see, it's so intuitive to have multiple results just put in front of you, and then you just do the choice things. But why isn't there some other agent tools doing the same thing? Because it's too hard. you need different capabilities to help you to do parallel explorations quickly. So you need fast context forking, you need time traveling things. When you need to review so many results, you need to jump into specific states, specific results to read all of the information you need. And if something that works and you want to make it even better, you can jump to that result and do further explorations based on that result. That's why you need time traveling capability. And you need to, as you can see, there are so many states. So when you're trying to explore, trying to make it better, you need to copy the current states. As I just mentioned, you mentioned that not just source code, but also includes your session variables, your database, and your configurations, etc., your memories. So you need to make it very efficient. And also you need, since you store data there, you need to make sure that the schema evolution with your agents together really fast, right? Not just agents. You need your data and agents can evolve together. Since you manage so many different data types, you want to make sure that everything is consistent for each of the box, for each of the state. Now you have very good tool, and you want to provide that as a service for your customers, for your users. Let's say you have many users. You have to multiply user counts with so many boxes, and that's going to have very large amounts of states, and you need a very strong data infrastructure to support it. And that's what we built. We built a universal branching for parallel explorations. So you need data branching, and you need flexible schema management, and you need data versioning for time traveling, and you need separation of compute and storage. That's why Ben introduced the separation of compute and storage. Because it is the foundation for agentic workload to do parallel exploration. And also, you need to rely on distributed transactions to help you to make the state consistent across different data types. And with all of that, you want to make it scalable. Database is definitely as the most important part as a backbone for parallel explorations. And we have a demo station outside, and you can go there to enjoy parallel exploration. You can give the agent tasks, different tasks, not just creating web pages. You can ask agents to fix bugs, and you can ask agents to improve the performance of your code. That's no one can do it right now. As I mentioned at the very beginning, we do want to help developers, builders, customers at both stages by removing those limitations, so we can focus on exploring as more possibilities as we can automatically by agents at stage 1, and we can enjoy the fastest growing if you find what works, as the foundation is good enough to support that. That's what we call explore without limits and scale without compromise. So we have talked about vibe coding, and with TiDB, with the infrastructure, you can now do vibe exploring, and you can also do vibe innovation automatically. And I want you guys to enjoy, the future, and you can experience it right now outside. And I hope you enjoy all of the sessions today and have fun. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.